Good morning.
We are learning Mishna Sotah, Perek Test, Chapter 9, Mishnah Mishnah 5. Niftaru Ziknei Yerushalayim V'holchu Lahen, which literally translates as the elders of Yerushalayim left and went on their way. The elders of Yerushalayim is what we mentioned previously, that the ones who did the measuring of the dead body to the closest town were members of the Sanhedrin of Yerushalayim. Once they completed their measuring, they could leave. They didn't stick around for anything. They didn't have to stick around for anything else that was going to be going on. Bringing the calf down to the valley, as we're going to learn, breaking its neck. None of that the elders of Yerushalayim had to be part of. They just had to measure, and they were done. Ziknei Oisa Ha'ir. It's the elders of that city, meaning the city closest. Meyavdiin Eglas Bakar. They bring a calf. Asher Leimashcha Ba'ol. That has never pulled with a yoke. Which means the Torah says that the calf that's going to be used for the Egla Rufa to be a calf that never did any work. Couldn't have been worked in any way. And the Torah says it did not pull with a yoke. That means it wasn't pulled to plow, whatever it may be. But it's not just specifically that. It means any kind of work may not have been done with it. Ve'ein hamum paisalba. A blemish does not invalidate it. Although there are certain blemishes that invalidate a sacrifice, an animal being used as a sacrifice, those blemishes do not affect this egla, this calf. A meridin oisa lenachal esan. The Torah tells us to bring it to a nachal esan. We bring it, and they bring it down to a nachal esan. A nachal means a valley. Esan means, literally means, well, the Torah calls it an esan valley. And now the Mishnah says, Esan kamashmai. How do you define esan? As its simple interpretation. Kasha, hard. That means a valley that the ground is hard. That's what the Torah says. Nachal esan, a hard valley. A valley that the ground is hard. And now, afabi she'ena esan kasher. What if it landed up that they did it in a valley where the ground wasn't hard? It's still valid. The Mishnah is telling us that when the Torah describes it as a valley of hard ground, that is a preference, but it's not mandatory. Now, meaning it's the way it should be done, but if it wasn't, it's still going to be valid. V'arfin oisa b'kupitz me'achareha. And then arfin means you decapitate it, meaning you cut its head, be kupitz, which means a cleaver. A cleaver means a large knife, or any kind of large knife. Me'achareha, from the back of its neck. Okay, so you're basically cutting its head by the neck, from the back of the neck, from the back of the animal. Umekaima asr melizraya milavid. And it is forbidden in that place where the animal was killed. That spot is a spot that can never be used anymore for planting or for working. It becomes forbidden to work on that area. However, but you could comb flax there or chisel stones. So what the Mishnah is saying is that let me read to you from the notes. The pasuk when the Torah talks about Egerav Rufa says, the elders of that town shall bring the calf down to a hard valley that cannot be worked and cannot be sown. Those are the words we're focusing on. That cannot be worked and cannot be sown. The last words, that cannot be worked and cannot be sown, are understood as forbidding one to work there. Meaning it's not going only, it could be the simple interpretation is a hard place that it's so hard that you can't do any kind of work there. But what it also means is, and maybe this is the simple interpretation, it means no work can be done there anymore. Now, even after mentioning general work, the Torah says, right, it cannot be worked. The Torah adds, and cannot be sown. Why is the Torah adding cannot be sown? That should be included in work. And the answer is, the Torah adds sowing in order to teach that work is forbidden only if it resembles sowing, in that it is done with the ground. The Torah is forbidding that the spot, the area where the Eglah Rufa was killed, that spot cannot be worked. The ground can't be worked. But if you want to do other type of work on that ground, like you're chiseling stones or you're combing flax, that would be permissible to do. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Where was the